her influence is like, it's like every artist, you know, of eclectic origin, talks of her. So she's born in 1958. She's now 66 years old. She began writing songs at the age of 11. At the age of 19, David Gilmour of Pink Floyd has done a demo with her. He heard about her when she was 15, but did a demo with her, and she was signed with EMI Records. Her first album, Wuthering Heights, was #1 for 4 weeks on the UK, and she was the first female to ever have a #1 hit in the UK that was solely written by her as an artist. So the first album she did with EMI, the other eight, she did completely on her own. It's self-produced. It's basically, when you read up on her, it says her eclectic musical style with unconventional is an eclectic style with unconventional lyrics. Whenever a female songwriter emerges, and this kind of ties to what we were earlier saying, and if you go to Wikipedia and look at the influences of her, all these female singers like Fiona Apple and others, who have millions of followers, all tie their influence to one of their major influences to Kate Bush. And I'm saying this in a way, in a kind of an embarrassment, because remember I said at the very beginning that there was a lot of music that I didn't listen to because I thought, well, if I listen to it, it's going to influence me as an artist. So it's super exciting to go through all these artists whom I think might have a eclectic roots groove origin, and then find, the influence that they've had, and then to be able to enjoy the influence that that she's having on me right now, even though her career is much of her career has gone by. She's still working. Bush has said, so that whenever a female artist emerges who is even remotely out of the ordinary, it's only a matter of time, fairly or otherwise, where they mention Bush as an influence. And Bush has set the blueprint for the autonomous artists creating masterworks entirely on their own pace and at their own terms. So I'm gonna play the two songs that I wanted to play. One is actually to listen to her song, which she actually released earlier, but now I think the master has been released and it's gotten over a billion streams. So I'm gonna play it, and it has this kind of style of it, and where a lot of eclectic artists have, where it's a repetitive motive, and then she does choral work on top of it, which is quite sophisticated. So if I go to Kate Bush, and I'll play the song, people will probably recognize it. Yeah, so Running Up the Hill, A Deal with God, has 1,255,296,684 streams. So yeah, 1,255,269,684 streams. The song also is interesting because it's 4 minutes and 58 seconds long, which is unusual. You're always told that every song has to be 3 minutes or 3 minutes 20, and here she's blowing that whole concept, up. So I'll play a little bit of the beginning of it, and you can kind of hear how it goes. It's really cool. Here we go. You have this repetitive beat of a drum, dun, 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 dun. On top of that, you have the motive of the synthesizer. And then her vocals on top, which are so unique, very, really sopranic and crystal clear. want to hear about the deal that I'm making. That's what she says. Deal with God. So what's interesting about this is that you listen to this song and you think, oh wow, this is a really cool, innovative song. But it was done over 20 years ago. You know, so like she was like way ahead of her time in the influence that she had. The other aspect about her which makes her so unique is this, they talk about this 4-octave range that she has. But I want to play also just a little bit of Peter Gabriel, the Peter Gabriel song. And you can really hear her voice, and it's like haunting. Peter Gabriel, Kate Bush, Don't Give Up. And interestingly enough, Elton John was suffering from alcoholism. And he said, Elton John cited Bush's duet with Peter Gabriel, Don't Give Up, for helping him to become sober. Elton John says, she always marches to the beat of her own drum. Yeah. Just want to play it because when her voice comes in on the chorus, it's like amazing. Just to hear her voice. So let's just play that. Just the beginning of it to the chorus. And again, that has this motive that repeats itself. With Peter Gabriel coming in. Bush. Amazing voice. So yeah, for anybody who doesn't know Kate Bush, I highly recommend that you listen to her work. Running Up the Hill, Making a Deal with God, over 1 billion streams, looking at the influences that she's had. So I think I'm going to put 2 songs on the playlist for this week, which is Running Up the Hill, and then also the duet with Peter Gabriel. Don't Give Up, because it's very eclectic as well in regards to the harmony structure and the way that it's put together in a simple way, and also how Kate comes in with her vocals that just creates this kind of austere and kind of haunting melody, which is very hopeful, with the idea of, yeah, though things can be bad, don't give up. So it's a lot of fun. This journey is a lot of fun in putting together this playlist, because as I said, with much embarrassment to myself, that there's a lot of artists that I don't know, and just seeing the connections to people who have had such a big influence, and then listening to their music as well, it's just a big joy. So yeah, so enjoy, and I'll talk to you again next week. I'm just going to continue to play the song because it's so cool. Here we go. Thanks again.
last to go. It is so strange the way things turn. Drove the night toward my home, the place that I was born, on the lakeside. As daylight broke, I saw the earth, the trees had burned down to the ground. Don't give up, you still have us. Don't give up, we don't need much of anything. Don't give up, 'cause somewhere there's a place where we belong.
Stradivarius, Faithful says, which is why she rarely deals with the press or isn't in a rush to record. She's one of the few artists who can be above all that. In 2019, record producer Pone, who is paralyzed from amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, released Kate and Me, an entire album created from samples of Kate Bush's work. According to The Guardian, it's the first album in history to be entirely produced through an eye tracking device. So this guy who is paralyzed created this album just from samples of Kate Bush through an eye tracking device and dedicated it to her. That's the influence that she's had on musicians. Pone reiterated the experience in June 2021 by publishing Listen and Donate, an EP composed of 4 tracks including 2 originals by Pone, still based on samples of Kate Bush's work, and 2 remixes produced by SCH and Para One. JR signs the visual part of the project. The goal is to raise funds for the Tarragon Association, created by Pone and 2 other doctors in collaboration with the intensive care unit of the Hospital of Nimes.